In the ancient realm of #Valorum, where the crystal palace shone as a fr-actued star beneath a firmament cloaked in the Storm's eternal veil, Queen Meghan stood solitary in the sanctum of broken radiance. Her robes, woven from the deepest indigo of twilight's lament, flowed like a river of sorrow over marble etched with frost's delicate sigils, her coronet a diadem of thorns upon a brow #W burdened by fate's unyielding decree. The air carried the mournful scent of wilting starbloom and the sharp sting of broken vows, as if the palace's sacred stones wept for a kingdom teetering on the edge of ruin. Through seasons of relentless strife, her blood from distant shores, a false vision of Prince Harry's betrayal, her sire's damning oracles through the scrying orbs, Tyler Perry's 86 scrolls of accusation, a woven lie of sound, the celestial networks forsaking of her as ever dream, her mother Doria's piercing claims, Jessica Mulrooney's trickery, the Order's inquisition, a breached accord with the king, whispers of blackmail, and Harry's lone pilgrimage to Anglia, the threads of Valorum's destiny had frayed to breaking. Now, a wound deeper than any blade had torn the realm's heart. Prince Harry, her sworn consort and light of her soul, had left Meghan and their heirs, returning alone to Anglia, igniting a firestorm of public outcry across the kingdom's orbs. The voices of Valorum roared like a tempest, naming her a queen abandoned, her dream of a united realm dissolving like starlight before dawn. Alone, Meghan bore the weight of a love so #ended, her spirit aflame wavering in #the gale. The palace, once a bastion of celestial hope, now stood as a crypt of whispered doubts, its crystalline vaults echoing with the orb's lament. The prince has forsaken his queen and heirs, leaving Valorum to fate's mercy. This night, Meghan sought to tread the hallowed path to the #Starstone's crypt, a quest to rekindle its divine light and heal the land's barren earth. Her soul, scarred by betrayals, Disara's cryptic omens, Vera's visions of twilight, Morgana's forbidden rites, Kalitha's riddles, Serphina's ancient tomes, Thalion's radiant gems, Elindra's prophecies of doom, Voltha's unveiled truths, Zoratha's reliquaries of power, Lysandra's locket of souls, Selene's orb of celestial light, Vera's amulet of truth, Thalira's crystal of sky song, Lysera's scroll of lore, Zorathine's mirror of shadows, Silvara's chalice of blood, Eloria's orb of dreams, Ilarian's orb of fate, Thayland Iar's scepter of vows, quailed beneath this new sorrow. Harry's soul #Ittery returned to Anglia, whispered to be a seeking of the Vale's ancient wisdom, was deemed by the council a renunciation of their shared oath. The court sages, their eyes sharp as winter's frost, wove tales of Meghan's failure, naming her the architect of his departure. King Charles, a sovereign cloaked in Sile NCE, stood as a pillar of judgment, his heart sealed against her pleas. Meghan's hands rested upon a shrine carved with sigils of forgotten stars, her emerald gaze dimmed by a storm of grief and unyielding resolve. Harry's absence cut deeper than any blade, his love, once her guiding star, now a distant ember. She recalled their last communion in the palace's grove of eternal flame, where frost wove a delicate shroud and Harry's eyes, green as verdant dawns, held a shadowed vow. I must seek truth beyond these walls. Had her burdens driven him hence, or had unseen hands torn their bond asunder? The orb sang of his lone vigil in Anglia's allowed halls, bereft of wife or heirs, kindling a maelstrom of voices. Some cried betrayal, others whispered of a quest for redemption, but all saw Meghan left to face the storm alone. Whispers of a traitor's hand, weaving discord through their love, haunted her thoughts. Who had sown this seed of division? The question burned like a pyre within her soul. A herald, breathless and cloaked in frost, breached the sanctum stillness, his voice a trembling note and the symphony of fate. O Queen, a missive from the shadowed quarter. A seer of Eldoria awaits at the Twilight Vale Inn, bearing knowledge of the prince's return to Anglia. Your guards stand ready for your decree. The tidings fell like a star's ember into the darkness. Truth. Could it mend the riven threads of her heart, or bind them in deeper despair? Meghan's spirit stirred with fragile hope, though the sanctum's shadows seemed to weave a shroud about her. She lifted her gaze, her coronet a sigil of her resolve, and spoke with the weight of queens. Lead me to this ear. She glided through a hidden passage, her robes a whisper of night upon the cold stone each step a defiance of her sorrow. The carriage bore her swiftly through Valorum's frost tea-wreathed streets, past lanterns flickering like fading hopes and stalls shuttered against the night. The clatter of hooves sang in harmony with her heart's unquiet rhythm. She recalled the dawn of their reign, Harry's bold spirit, their shared vision of a Valorum united, her oath to transcend her foreign blood. Yet the scandals, each a thread iron the Starstone's shadowed fate, had bound her in chains of doubt. Harry's solitary return to Anglia, witnessed in sack-red groves without his kin, had spun their love into a tale of fracture. The twilight veil enrose before her, its ancient timbers aglow with ethereal light, the air thick with frost and the murmurs of secrets. Meghan drew her hood close, her steps swift as she wove through the tavern's haze, heedless of the gazes from those cradling the spiced wine. She ascended the narrow stairs to the sea hamber named by the herald, her heart a drumbeat of dread and hope. She thrust open the door without pause. A figure stood by a hearth where embers danced like fallen stars, cloaked in obsidian velvet, their visage veiled by a hood, their hands cradling a radiant scepter inscribed with runes of power. The chamber thrummed with a stillness born of destiny, Harry's absence a wound in the very air. Meghan's soul quailed beneath the weight of their shared sorrow. Her voice, sharp as a blade forged in starfire, clove the silence. You claim to hold the truth of Harry's return to Anglia. Speak, lest I deem these shadows but another deceit. The figure unveiled their face, revealing features carved by time's unyielding hand, the sapphire eyes gleaming with the light of distant stars. I am Vyandra, they intoned, their voice a melody of ancient seas. I am a vowbinder of the V. Illinois, guardian of Valorum's sacred oaths. I see to unveil the truth of the prince's journey. Meghan's gaze sharpened, her voice quivering with the ache of loss. He left me and our heirs, returning alone to Anglia. The orbs cry betrayal. What truth can mend this wound? Vyandra lifted the scepter, its radiance casting shadows that danced like specters of forgotten gods. This is a vowbinder's scepter, they declared. It reveals truth's oven into the oaths of heart and crown. Harry has not forsaken you. The traitor, foretold by Desara, Vera and their kin, cast a spell to bind is will, sending him to Anglia to shield the Starstone's heir from their malice. Hay drew forth a parchment, its edges rhymed with frost and pulsing with sigils of power. This parchment, wrested from the traitor's sanctum, unveils their design, to sunder your bond, isolate you, and seize the Starstone. Harry seeks the veil's elders to break the spell and guard your child, the heir of light. Meghan's eyes flared, her voice breaking with hope and anguish. A spell, they tore him from my side, yet you say he fights for us. After the council's venom, the network's betrayal, and the orb's lies, how can I trust this truth? Her heart, worn by sorrow, trembled with doubt. Had she misjudged the love that bound them? Viondra's sapphire eyes burned with unwavering resolve. Starstone's crypt lies beneath the palace, guarded by snares only a royal may unravel. The traitor knows you draw near their secret. You must enter the crypt to preserve Valorum, and Harry shall return when the spell is undone. Meghan clasped her coronet, her duty a beacon in the dark. Harry's absence, the court's venom, her pain, they would bide. Valorum's fate hung in the balance. Lead on, she declared, her voice avow.as she departed the inn, the frost parted, revere ling a moon that cast shadows long and treacherous. Traitor lingered in the darkness, their visage yet veiled, but Meghan's will shone brighter than her sorrow. The Starstone, and Valorum's destiny.